Who could it be? Who could it be? Who art thou, rat-tat-tatting on thy bedroom window? Why, it's Rina Lunette, Stellarverse Productions' slumbering idol, soaring right into your dreams. For those of you who didn't see in Discord or Twitter, I'm having a little bit of issues with my ASMR mic, so I will be using my regular mic today. But I'll make sure to keep it just as cozy, just as chilly. Keep the ambience as it should be. How was your Halloween? It's been good. It's been good. We had, besides family, one trick-or-treater, and yet we never learned our lesson. We got a giant bag. We got a giant bag of candy. We tried to give it to my niece and nephews. But they wouldn't take it. No, they didn't take it. So now we have it. And the only thing that right now with my taste buds that are okay. Skittles. I got Skittles. Taste the rainbow. He also tried to get the one little kid who came by some extra. We gave him like a big scoop. Like, I like Twix, but right now with my taste issues, it doesn't taste good, so. Yeah, we just have like a bag full of candy. Why don't we ever learn? Oh, the temperature is horrible. Oh, I'm so sorry. We usually only get about maybe 2 to 3 trick-or-treaters here, which is sad because I always look forward, like, the area I live in when I moved here, I always looked forward to giving out trick-or-treats, or treats, you know, when I was putting up, you know, my little hat, my trick-or-treating hat, that I could dress up and give out candy. Get to scare the kids, you know? Get to be like, what are you dressed up today? Who are you? Get to be a terrorizing owl. I definitely hope to do that someday. Who could it be? Exactly. You hear the little trick or treat, and I could be like, who could it be? Who are you? I could be like, oh, trick or treat. What are you gonna get? I always liked when I was trick-or-treating. My favorite one as a kid, and I mean, I trick-or-treated like when I was even a teen. I trick-or-treated when I was a teen. And I knew so many people who trick-or-treated when they were teens too. Like, no shame. If you trick-or-treat as teens, like, go for it. Doesn't matter. Like, have fun. But it doesn't feel like Halloween anymore, to be honest. You're never too old for trick-or-treating. You're never too old for Halloween. It's my favorite holiday. But... oh, I used to, like, really dress up. Like, I haven't in a couple years, but I would still, like, get really dressed up. Because I was so excited for trick-or-treaters. I don't think you can be way too old for Halloween. No, there's no age limit for Halloween. It's just a fun holiday. But I know, like, when I was very young, my favorite houses, and I wanted to be this house. I want to be this house or, you know, this place someday. My favorite house to visit when I was a kid, like, I know people want to go for like the big candy bars and all that. I want to be the one who gives out the cans of soda. Like, oh yeah, I know you've been doing a lot of steps today. Here, have a Mountain Dew. The houses that give out Capri Suns, like the really cold Capri Suns, or the cold sodas. The cold, like, what is it? Is it Fruitopias? Like the fruit, like canned fruit juice. Houses gave out cans of soda. Just very few. But like the houses that did that, those were the houses. Like I loved those houses because, you know, you just go so tired of walking. I know that mainly people do like trunk or treat now. But like, man, those were the houses I would go to. And I love the houses. Another house that I really loved, every year they would create, and it was never too scary. Like anyone could do it, and we all knew this house. Like everyone knew this house in the neighborhood. They would make a very fun, very minimal haunted walkway. It was scary enough, but still fun enough to run up as a kid. And the older you got, the more you appreciated it. I like popcorn balls. I like those. There's one house who gave giant, those big chocolate bars. Yeah, we had a neighborhood that had that too. You had to go quite a bit to get those. But my favorite was definitely going to get like either the Capri Sun or the canned soda or juice houses. Like those were the places to go. That's what I remember in my childhood. And that and the haunted, they weren't houses, but again, like they were haunted driveways. Oh, I'm glad you liked the experience. I'm probably gonna go a bit more over it tomorrow about the thought process, but I can say, like, I was a bit worried because everyone had like such like amazing and Chisato had like such a cute set, and I'm like, oh my god, everyone's gonna get whiplash. I'm so sorry. Like I messaged in the Discord, I'm like, girls, I'm so sorry, but I sent a picture of like what was happening. I'm like, I'm so sorry, I can't change my set. This is what's gonna happen. I'm so sorry. It will be happening. My parents used to do that for a few years, but now there's barely kids left where they live, so they don't go as hard as before. Haunted driveway. Oh, I love the like, honestly, like, that's another thing I want to do. Like, if there ever comes a time where, like, I move and, like, I don't know. I know I'm a caregiver right now, and I do hope, like, I can take Mother and Father Lunette with me wherever I go if I move. Because God, like, that's a goal. I want to move them into a better house. Like, that's, like, one of my goals. It's a personal goal. I haven't really shared it. Like, if I ever had enough money, I would love to buy them their house that I know they would love it. And I know in this market, like, but one can dream, right? I would love to do a haunted driveway and give kids their little, Capri Suns, or canned beverages. Can't really mess with a canned beverage, so that's why, like, I think it's safe to give. Parents can't be like, "What'd you do to this?" I'll be like, "I can't do anything. It's in aluminum. It's in the can. Can't get me on that. It's safe to drink." And I would show them by opening up my own can and chugging it. Okay, but shall we go ahead? Oh, sorry. Restarting the ambience. Alright, this will be pretty much a short stream. Depending on... I might have gone a bit too crazy at the meet and greet. And I also didn't have a lot of sleep. Then we had the mic issue. So depending, we may or may not read the final story. But I have some poems up. And how is audio, by the way? Oh god, my chapstick. How is audio? I hope so too. I can't really, like, I didn't want to bother Senbei. The man's got his hands full at US Idol Fest, and he also needs a nap. He was like, "I want to go to sleep." I'm like, we need to make, like... I told him he needs to make a little designated area and put up a sign that says, "Do not disturb. Senbei is sleeping." He doesn't go to all the ones that we attend, but I think, like, this is yeah, another one. Oh no, Senbei, please rest. My god, going to a basketball game after US Idol Fest. Do not disturb the rice cracker, for real. Like, I want, like, one of those caution, do not slip sign. I need one of those for Senbei, like, do not disturb, Senbei is sleeping. Was it that, what's that sign? Hold up, I need to look this up before we start reading. I know I keep getting distracted, but I need to look up the sign. Because it's one of my favorite sleeping signs ever. So you can look it up. But it says, "Do not disturb. Tiny grass is dreaming." So we can have, like, or "Please take care of the sleeping grass." It can be like, "Do not disturb. Senbei, the rice cracker is dreaming." Or please take care of the sleeping rice cracker." "Please take care of the sleeping Senbei." Yeah, hello. But I don't want to go into too many details about US Idol Fest because I'm saving that for Rina Rambles, and Kazuta and Riz can contend. I might have went a bit too ham at the meet and greets with the yappin'. They even went like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, calm down." Your voice, your voice. Your voice right now. It was lovely seeing you guys again. When the sleep peeps have to tell me, "Watch out for your voice." I forgot what I was even crashing out about. Or I don't know if that was during the Simon talk or something else. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that. The video you and him made. You're just being considerate. No, I appreciate it. I appreciate it because right after that, I was like, man, they were right. They were right. Okay. But I gotta stop myself. I gotta stop myself. These are saved for Rina Rambles. These are saved for Rina Rambles, okay? This is Edgar Allan Poetry ASMR. It was a fun meet and greet. It was. Alright, I gotta get into Edgar Allan Poe mode. Which means I gotta get, what is it? I gotta get solemn. I got my tea here. It truly can be any Rina Rambles. Alright. Of course, cracking the knuckles. Gotta lock the hood in. Alright, and of course, we're gonna start with an OG, a dedication to, we're gonna pretend what's out there are ravens for this first poem. The Raven. Turn up my mic just a little bit more. Alright. Man, I should have actually turned my hair black for this. It's okay. It's okay. Alright. Once upon a mere... Restart. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I ponder, weak and weary, while many a quiet and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. Only this and nothing more. Ah, distinctively I remember it was a bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I had sought the borrow from my books surcease of sorrows, sorrows for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden who the angels named Lenore, nameless here forevermore. And the silken, sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain thrilled me, filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before, and now, to the still beating of my heart, I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor retreating entrance at my chamber door. Some late visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. This is it and nothing more." Presently, my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. "Sir," I said, "or madam, truly forgiveness I implore. But the fact is, I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door. And I scarce was sure I heard you. Here I opened wide the door. Darkness there and nothing more. Deep into the darkness peering, long I stood there wondering and fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, in the stillest gained no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered words, "Lenore." This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word, "Lenore." Merely this, and nothing more. Burning back into the chamber, turning, all my soul within me burning. Soon again, I heard a tapping, somewhat louder than before. Surely, I said, surely this is something at my window lattice. Let me see, then, what thereat is at this mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind, and nothing more. Open here, I flung the shutters, when, with many a flirt and flutter, in there stepped a stately raven of the saintly days of yore. Not the least obeisance made he, not a minute stopped, but stayed he, but the mien of lorded lady perched above my chamber door, perched above the bust of Pallas, just above my chamber door, perched and sat, but nothing more. Then this ebony bird, beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, by the grave and stern decorum of this countenance it wore, through the crest be shorn and shaven. Thou, I said, art thou sure no craven, ghastly grim and ancient raven, wandering from nightly shore? Tell me why that lordly name is on thy night's Plutonian shore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Much I marveled this ungainly fowl to hear discourse so plainly, though it answered little meaning, little relevancy bore. For I cannot help agreeing that no living human being has ever yet blessed with seeing bird above his chamber door, bird or beast upon this sculptured bust above his chamber door, with such a name as Nevermore. But the raven, sitting lonely on this placid bust, spoke only that one word, as if his soul in that one word he did outpour. Nothing further than he uttered, not a feather than he fluttered, till I scarcely more than muttered, other friends have flown here before. On the morrow he will leave me, as my hopes have flown before. Then the bird said, nevermore. Startled at the stillness broken by the reply of aptly spoken, doubtless, I said, what is uttered is its only stock and store, caught by some unhappy master, whom unmerciful disaster followed fast and unfollowed faster, till his songs one burden bore, till the dirges of his hope that melancholy burden bore. Oh, never, nevermore. But the raven still beguiling all my fancy into smiling, straight I wheeled a cushioned seat in front of bird and bust and door. Then, upon this velvet sinking, I betook myself to linking fancy upon fancy, thinking what this ominous bird of yore, what this grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt, and ominous bird of yore meant in croaking, nevermore. This I sat engaged in guessing, but no syllable expressing to this fowl whose fiery eyes now burned into my bosom's core. This and more I sat divining, with my head at ease reclining on the cushion's velvet lining that the lampshade light gloated over. But those velvet lining, with the lamplight gloating over, she shall pass, ah, nevermore. Then, methought, the air grow denser, perfumed from an unseen censer, swung by fair seraphim, whose footfalls tingles on the tufted floor. Wench, I cried, thy God hath lent thee, by these angels he hath sent thee, respite, respite from thy memories of Lenore. Quaff, oh quaff, these kind, and forget this lost Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, I said, thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil. Whether tempter sent, or whether temptest toss thee here ashore, desolate yet all undaunted, all this deserted land enchanted, on this home by horror haunted, tell me truly, I implore, is there a balm in Gilead? Tell me, I implore. Quote the raven, nevermore. Prophet, I said, evil thing, prophet still, if bird or devil, by that heaven that bends above us, that God we both adore, tell this soul with sorrow laden if, within the distant Aden, it shall clasp a sainted maiden, whom the angels named Lenore. Clasp a rare and radiant maiden, whom the angels name Lenore. Quote the raven, nevermore. Be that word our sign of parting, bird or fiend, I shrieked, upstarting. Get thee back into tempest of the night's plutonium shore. Leave no black plume as a token of that lie thy soul hath spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken. Quit the bust above my door. Take thy beak from out my heart, and take thy form from out my door. Quoth the raven, nevermore. And the raven, never fitting, still is sitting on the pallid bust, on the palace just above my chamber door. And his eyes have all the seeming of a demon's that is dreaming, and a lamplight o'er him steaming through his shadows on the floor. And my soul, from out that shadow that lies floating on the floor, shall be lifted nevermore. The end. That was The Raven. I could do that if I wanted to. I could perch on someone's bust over their chamber and intimidate them. The immersion is on point. Call me, even though I'm an owl. Imagine a sleep heap doing that. What the heck is that bird's problem, dude? Maybe ask the author or who is in the story. Quote the owl, sleep some more. That's very accurate. That's honestly really accurate what I would do. Quote the owl, sleep some more. I would say if you want a really cool interpretation of it, and I'm gonna shout it out again, Mike Flanagan's Fall of the House of Usher. Pretty much a lot of his poetry and stories, even some if you've never heard of like his short stories or long form stories, are baked into it. And even in like some of his other stories, like you can see pieces of Edgar Allan Poe. One of his first shows on Netflix, The Haunting of Hill House, is that one of the how one of the Hill House people died is actually based off of an Edgar Allan Poe story about the man who bricked himself inside of a building, inside of a wall. Except for there is a different story to that, but similar situation. I will always shout out Mike Flanagan. I love his work so much. Like, I can honestly watch. It doesn't even have to be spooky season. And some of his movies aren't even spooky either. Like, I need to watch, because he does some. He just did a Stephen King adaptation of The Life of Chuck. I really want to watch that. And I know he's also doing the Carrie TV show, which I am so psyched about. You need to read more Edgar Allan Poe. Honestly, like, I love his work so much. And I'm glad that basically it's public domain, so I can read it. It doesn't have to be locked in a membership. I can read it. Ha! Public domain, let's go. Yes, that's the one right there. I can never. Cast of Amontillado. That's the one about the person being bricked inside of a building, but it's not them who are bricking. They're not being bricked, or they don't put themselves in there. There's a whole crazy story with it. And I say, like, honestly, Tamako, please. Please watch The Fall of the House of Usher then. Because I think you'd appreciate it for those two stories. They play an intricate part. I mean, like, each episode kind of plays a part, but the first story plays a key part. Rina asked and we shall. Honestly, maybe we should. I've been thinking, like, watch parties of shows. Because I could honestly just sit here. I can set up like my because that one's a pretty easy, like, one day watch. Just set up like my air mattress and we watch a TV show together. Alright, but following the raven, I thought it was fitting to jump right into the next story or poem, Lenore. Caramel popcorn. Ooh, I used to hate caramel popcorn. Now I dig it. I think it's like something you appreciate either while you're really young, you really like it, or when you get older, you like it. I like mixing the caramel popcorn with the cheese popcorn. Alright. Where's my... Oh my gosh, I love sweet popcorn. Alright. Lenore. Broken is the golden bowl, the spirit flown forever. Let the bell toll, a saintly soul floats on the Stygian river. Guidevere, hast thou no tear? Weep now or nevermore. See on yon drear, the rigid by your low lies, thy love, Lenore. Come, let the burial rite be read, the funeral song be sung, an anthem for the queeniest dead that ever died so young, a dirge for her, the Dudley's dead, in that she died so young. Wretched, or wretches, hold up. Wretches, oh my god. Roll it back, roll it back, roll up. Okay. Wretches, ye loved her for her wealth and hated her for her pride. And when she fell in feeble health, ye blessed her and she died. How shall the ritual then be read, the requiem how be sung by you, by yours, the evil eye, by yours, the slanderous tongue, then that did to death the innocents that died, and died so young? But rave not thus, let the Sabbath song go up to God, and be solemnly the dead may feel so wrong. The sweet Lenore hath gone before, with hope that flew beside, leaving thy wind for dear child that should have been thy bride. For her, the fair and debonair, that now is so lowly lies, the life upon her yellow hair, but not within her eyes. The life is still there upon her hair, the death upon her eyes. Avaunt, avaunt, from fiends below. The ghost is riven from hell unto a high estate, afar up within the heaven, from the grief, from groan to golden throne beneath the king of heaven. Besides the king of heaven, let no bell toll, then lest her soul, amid its hollow mirth, shall catch the note as it doth float up from the damned earth. And I, tonight my heart is light, no dirge will I upraise, though waft the angel of her flight with a paean of old days. Yeah, calling out Lenore. And it has an analysis. Wait, I don't want to read that analysis because it may be wrong. Looking at the citation, I don't want to read it. Okay, I'm trying to see in the comments if there's a better... Okay. Here's one. It speaks such power and beauty held by Lenore, for how those so jealous of her wished her dead, but then so falsely mourned her. It just slams those backstabbers right back, and her groom not a tear he shed for a loss of her. It's such a good, like, back-to-back. I was like, ooh, because I knew, like, there is a poem called Lenore. And then Lenore got the raven. It's a double whammy. It's definitely exploring, like, loss and... Wait. Okay, here's a proper perspective of a bereaved husband mourning the death of his wife. Why isn't he? Oh, God, I got an ad. Ad pop up. The person did not understand why he's not weeping. Doesn't really understand why she isn't coming back. Devere reacted violently to the assertion that he doesn't care. He calls the mourners wretches who didn't care for Lenore, so those were the people who are jealous of her. The mourners tried to sue Devere by explaining they have all sinned, but that doesn't mean he should get so upset. It is time, the mourners state, for the songs to be sung, for Lenore's dead eyes to be recognized. The poem concludes that Devere stating that he will not mourn for his lost bride because he has escaped from the damned earth to sit alongside God. Okay, that makes... breaking it down that way, it makes sense how it's very much about loss and mourning, and also not wanting to mourn with people who didn't quite, who wished for her death, basically. Wretches. Alright. I do love this next poem, though. The Fake Mourners, yeah. The next one is called Annabelle Lee. I did read this one before, but it's just such a lovely poem. Annabelle Lee. It was many and many a year ago, in the kingdom by the sea, that a maiden lived there, who you may know by the name of Annabelle Lee. And the maiden, she lived with no other thought than to love and to be loved by me. I was a child and she was a child in the kingdom by the sea, but we loved with love, and that was more than love. And I am my Annabelle Lee, with a love that the winged seraphs of heaven coveted her and me. And this was the reason that, long ago, in this kingdom by the sea, a wind blew out of a cloud, chilling my beautiful Annabelle Lee, so that her high-born kinsman came and bore her away from me, to shut her up in the kingdom by the sea. Oh, Mayfair, hello! Welcome in, Raiders! Let me finish reading this. The angels, not half so... Oh, I'll go ahead and... Oh, pause. We'll press the pause button. Close book really quickly. I smell Mayflowers. Hello. Welcome in, Raiders. Oh, May. I need to put in your new account. Hold on. I need to throw a wrench at you for this one. I need to gently toss this at you. I'm gonna so gently toss this at you. Actually, I'm gonna pass it to you like a baton. Whee! There you go. Annabelle Lee is one of my favorite ones. Same! I love Annabelle Lee. I hope you had a wonderful stream. Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome. Let me give a quick introduction. Who could it be? Why, it's Rina Lunette. Stellarverse Productions, slumbering idols soaring right into your dreams. Of course. Maybe if you do need to hop off and go take care of yourself, or get a drink or snack, or do what you need to do, 100% understand. Either way, you get a forehead kiss. And welcome in, Raiders. We are reading... Also, sorry, my ASMR mic is on the fritz, so I am just using my regular mic today, but I'm keeping the ambiance still, you know, trying to still make sure the ambience is here. Spoopy yet cozy. Yes, get cozy, eat your Halloween candy. Because today you are allowed to eat your Halloween candy. The sleep paralysis demon, at least the one from yesterday, will not get you today. Don't worry. You're allowed to have your candy, because maybe I have some candy. Maybe I have candy. So because it's Halloween, on special days like this, you are allowed to have candy before you go to bed. You have candy too, let's go! So please don't worry about the Lunette sleep paralysis night terror creature coming after you. Yeah. Today you are allowed. Okay, but I'll go ahead and restart the poem since we have some lovely readers and Mayfair here. I could probably eat some Skittles on the stream, but I'll wait for this. There is one. Hold up. I do want to see what this word is pronounced as before. This word. Skittles ASMR, yes. We'll do that in a bit. Okay. I'm hoping you guys didn't hear that, but okay. I know how to pronounce it now. Okay. Alright. Annabelle Lee. It was many a many year ago, in the kingdom by the sea, that a maiden lived there, whom you may know by the name of Annabelle Lee. And this maiden, she lived with no other thought than to love and be loved by me. She was a child, or I was a child, and she was a child, in this kingdom by the sea. But we loved with a love that was more than love, I and my Annabelle Lee. With a love that a winged seraphs of heaven coveted her and me. And this was the reason that long ago, in this kingdom by the sea, a wind blew out from a cloud, chilling my beautiful Annabelle Lee, so that her high-born kinsman came and bore her away from me, to shut her up in a sepulchre in this kingdom by the sea. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Sepulchre. Was it sepulchre? Did I say it right? I don't know. If I said it wrong, I'm sorry. The angels, not half so happy in heaven, went envying her and me. Yes, that was the reason, as all men know in the kingdom by the sea, that the wind came out of the cloud that night, chilling and killing my Annabelle Lee. But our love, it was stronger by far than the love of those who were older than we, as many far wiser than we, and neither the angels in heaven above, nor the demons down below the sea, can ever dissever my soul from soul of the beautiful Annabelle Lee. For the moon never beams without bringing my dreams of the beautiful Annabelle Lee, and the stars never rise, and I feel the bright eyes of the beautiful Annabelle Lee, and so all the night tide I lie down by the side of my darling, my life and my bride, in her that word again. There by the sea, in her tomb, by the sounding sea. I forgot it so quickly. What does it sound like? I'm so sorry, I forgot the word again. Sepulcher. I was wrong. It gave me a different pronunciation earlier. Sepulcher. What? It gave me a different pronunciation when I checked last time. Sepulcher. Yeah. When I read it earlier, it said. Sepulchre. That's what it told me. I'm listening to it again. Sepulcher. But it told me sepulchre earlier. They lied. Sepulcher. I feel like I need to redo that whole poem just because of that freaking. Can I redo it? Now that I know how to. Round 3. Because I want to get it right. You can go again. Okay. Sepulcher. Okay. Annabelle Lee. It was many a year ago, in the kingdom by the sea, that a maiden. English is strong. English is so strong right now. It was many a year ago, in the kingdom by the sea, that a maiden there lived, whom you may know by the name of Annabelle Lee. And this maiden she lived with no other thought than to be loved and be loved by thee. I was a child and she was a child in the kingdom by the sea, but we loved with a love with that was more than love. I am my Annabelle Lee, and with a love that the winged sails of heaven coveted her and me. And this was the reason that long ago in the kingdom by the sea, a wind blew a cloud, chilling my beautiful Annabelle Lee, so that her high-born kingsman came and bore her away from me to shut her up in a sepulchre in the kingdom by the sea. The angels, not half so happy in heaven, went envying her and me. Yes, that's the reason, as all men know, in the kingdom by the sea, that the wind came out of the cloud that night, chilling and killing my Annabelle Lee. But our love, it was stronger by far than love of those who were older than we, by far many wiser than we, than neither angels in heaven above, nor devils down below the sea can ever dissever my soul from the soul of a beautiful Annabelle Lee. For the moon never beams without bringing me my dreams of the beautiful Annabelle Lee. And the stars never shine, but I feel the bright eyes of the beautiful Annabelle Lee. And so, all the night tide, I lie down by the side of my darling, my life and my bride, in her sepulchre, but there by the sea, in her tomb by the sounding sea. I did it. I did it. Yippee. Which I have the perfect poem to follow that up with. It's very sad. It's a very dark, romantic tale. but I have the perfect one to follow it up, which is called The City by the Sea. I swear this one has sepulchre in it. I'm going to know, and I'm going to say it so proud. You won't say no to more Rina noises. Not me having to redo a poem 3 times. Well, no, because second time I got rated by Mayfae and I was happy to stop. Because Mayfae and Raiders are worth it. Y'all are worth it. Second time was because I kept stuttering over the word and I kept mispronouncing it. Alright. I will always stop for cute girls. Believe me, I will put down my book. I will slam my book down on this desk. I will toss it in the fire. I won't toss it in the, I'll just put it down for when I see a cute girl. That's all I'm saying. Mayfae pops up, putting the book down so I can stare at her lovingly. Cute girl pops up, puts book down so I can stare at her lovely, so in the future I can someday write sweet poems about them. And then I can go into one day I'll go into my like brooding, wallowing stage, and I'll become my own like Edgar Allan who or something. Rina Allan Hoot. I will write an Annabelle Lee for so many girlies out there. Actually, that one's tragic. I don't want to write. I will write an epic love poem someday. And then I'll write a tragic one. Then I'll write one about how I hid someone's heart, or organ. Maybe it can't be a heart. So what about a liver? No, wait, a brain. No, I won't break your hearts. I'll take your brains though. I need the energy. Now hide them. And I'll write a story based on all my stuff is gonna be like parody of just Edgar Allan Poe. Derivative ripoff of Edgar Allan Poe. Okay. Alright. Next one. City and the Sea. I would never break your hearts. Alright. Quick stretch. Crunchy bones. Ooh, that was my shoulder. Okay, here we go. The city in the sea. Lo, oh, actually. There we go. Lo, death has reared himself a throne in a strange city lying alone, far down within the dim west, where the good and the bad and the worst and the best have gone to their eternal rest. Their shrines and palaces and towers, time-eaten towers that tremble not, resemble nothing that is ours, around, by lifting winds forgot, resignedly beneath the wing the sky, the melancholy waters he. No rays from the holy heaven come down on the long night time of that town. From light, but light from out the Lord sea streams up the torrent silently, gleams up the pinnacles far and free, up domes, up spires, up kingly halls, up fanes, up Babylon like walls, up shadowy long forgotten bowers, up sculptured ivy and stone flowers, up many and many a marvelous shrine, those wretched phrases intertwined, the vile, the violent, and the fine, resigned beneath the sky, and melancholy waters lie. So blend the torrents and shadows there, that all seem pendulous in the air. While from a proud tower in the town, death looks gigantically down. There open fanes and gaping graves yawn level with luminous waves, but not the riches there that lie in each idle diamond's eye, not the gayly jeweled dead tempted the waters from their bed. No ripple curl, alas, along the wilderness of glass, the swelling's tale that wind may be upon some far-off happier sea. No heaving hints that winds have been on seas less hideously serene. Below, a stir in the sky, a wave there of movement there, and as if the towers had thrust aside in slightly sinking a dull tide, as if their tops had feebly given a void within the filmy heaven. The waves have now redder glow, the heavens now are breathing faint and low, and when amid no earthly moans, down, down, the town shall settle hence. Hell, raising from 1,000 thrones, do shall its reverence. The end. I love it when the poem, like, all of his poems have like such a good flow to it, a good rhythm and flow. Alright. Actually, I'm gonna group these together. Oh god, how do I order it? Okay, wait, maybe if I order it like... There's really no order to these, but I think it'd be fun to have this order this way. Okay. Actually, let's do it this way. The Sleeper by Edgar Allan Poe, of course. Let me hydrate really quickly. The Sleeper, and now you're asleep, peep. The sleeper became the watcher, became the eaper, became the sleep peep. Alright. At midnight, in the month of June, I stand beneath the mystic moon. An opiate vapor dewy dim exhales from out her golden rim, and softly dripping drop by drop upon the quiet mountain top steals drowsily and musically into the universal valley a rosemary nod upon the grave, a lily lolls upon the wave, wrapping the fog about its breast, a ruin moulders into rest, looking like Leith see the lake, a conscious slumber seems to take, and when not for the world awake, all beauty sleeps, and lo, where lies Irene and her destinies. O Lady bright, can it be right? The windows open at night, open to the night? The wanton airs from the treetop laughingly through the lattice drop. The bodiless airs, a wizard rout, flit through thy chamber in and out, and wave through the curtained canopy, so fitfully and fearfully, above the closed and fridged lid, neath which thy slumbering soul lies hid, that o'er the floor and down the wall, like ghosts and shadows rise and fall. O Lady dear, hast thou no fear? Why and what art thou dreaming here? Sure thou art come here, come over here far off seas. A wonder to these garden trees. Strange is thy parlor, strange thy dress, strange above all is thy length of tress. In this all solemn silentness, the lady weeps. Oh, may she sleep, which is enduring, so be deep. Heaven have her in her sacred keep. The chamber changed one more holy, this bed for one more melancholy. I prayed to God that she may lay forever with unopened eye, while the pale sheeted ghost goes by. My love, she sleeps, oh may she sleep, as it is lasting to be deep. Soft may the worms about her creep. Pariwama mention. Far in the forest, dim and old, for her may some tall vault unfold, some vault that oft hath flung its black and winged panels fluttering back, triumphant over the crest palls of her grand family's funerals. Some sepulchre, remote, alone. Some sepulchre, remote and alone. Against those portals she has thrown, in childhood, many idle stone, some tone, some tomb from out whose sounding door she ne'er force an echo more, thrilling to think, poor child of sin, it was dead who groaned from within. Oh my god, I messed it up again. I was close though, I was close. Sepulchre. My suspense. Hold up, I want to see if this is. Okay, I kind of wanted to see if this poem may have also had a contributing factor for maybe Bly Banner, but I was wrong. I was like, this feels like it's from Bly Manor. Apparently it was, what I'm thinking of, it was inspired by The Turn of the Screw, which is another gothic tale. If it ends up being public domain, whatever is public domain, I get to read in a non-membership stream, so Ikazo. Alright, the next one, Dreamland. There's a theme here. Maybe not within the topic matters, but there's a theme with the titles. Dreamland. By route obscure and lonely, haunted by ill angels only. Wherein Eidolon named Night on a black throne reigns upright. I have reached these lands but newly, from an ultimate dim thul, from a wild weird climb, that life sublime, out of space, out of time, bottomless valves and boundless floods, and chasms and caves and titan woods, with forms that no man can discover, for tears that drip all over, mountains toppling evermore into seas without a shore, seas that restlessly aspire, surging onto skies of fire, lakes that endlessly outspread their lone waters, lone and dead. Their still waters, still and chilly, with the snows of the lonely lily. By the lakes that thus outspread their lone waters, lone and dead, their sad waters, sad and chilly, with the snows of the lolling lily. By the mountains near the river, murmuring lowly, murmuring ever. By the grey woods, by the swamp, where the toad and the newt encamp. By the dismal tarns and pools, where dwell the gulls. By each spot, the most unholy, in each nook, most melancholy. There the traveler meets, aghast, sheeted memories of the past, shrouded forms that start and sigh, as they pass the wanderer by, white-robed forms of friends long given in agony to the earth and the heaven. For the heart whose woes are legend, 'tis a peaceful, soothing region. For the spirit that walks in the shadow, 'tis it is El Dorado. But the traveler traveling through it may not dare openly view it. Never its mysteries are exposed to the weak human eye unclosed. So will its king, whose hath forbid the uplifting of the fringed lid, and thus the sad soul that here passes behold it but through darkened glasses, by a route obscured and lonely, haunted by ill angels only, where an Eidolon named Night on a black throne reigned upright. I have wandered home but newly from this ultimate dimmed thul. The end. Yeah, we love public domain here. Public domain stories, my beloved. Public domain poems, my beloved. That way I don't have to member stream it. I can just be like, hee, we are doing some Beatrix Potter or Edgar Allan Poe. I know I have a library of public domain poems and stories to read, so I can always go back to visit those for more. Alright. We have two more left, and this one is named A Dream Within a Dream. So the last of the sleeper dreamland, dream within the dream. We can maybe include the last one for the sillies to be part of this trilogy. All right, or this continuation, but all right. A dream within a dream. Take this kiss upon thy brow, and in parting from you now, thus much let me avow, you were not wrong who deem that my days have been a dream. Yet if hope have flown away, in a night or in a day, in a vision or in none, it is therefore unless gone. All that we have seen or seem is but a dream within a dream. I stand amid the roar of a surf-tormented shore, and I hold within my hand grains of golden sand. How few, yet how they creep through my fingers to the deep. While I weep, oh God, can I not grasp them with a tighter clasp? Oh God, can I not save one from the pitiless wave? Is all that we see or seem but a dream within a dream? The end. That was Dream Within a Dream. Can there be an extra dream inside these two dreams? Maybe. But then again, like, this won't be my only Edgar Allan Poe stream, if I'm gonna be honest, because I do want to read some of his longer stories. Like, Tall Tale Heart isn't that long of a story, but it'd probably take me like maybe 20 minutes to maybe read. 30 minutes if I want to put in ambience. So that's kind of like why I'm holding out for those. Alright, and if we want to continue, the final one we have is called The Haunted Place. Aptly fitted, in my opinion. And if we have time, we'll maybe do one more, but I do think this might be a good one to end off on, because I don't want to be up too late. Alright, and I still need to make the post of my October 31st movie, which was Ready or Not. I need to make my edit. Originally, I was like, okay, if, I will say, originally, if I couldn't get this to work and, I was just, and we were gonna do a whole switcheroo, I wanted to see if some of the girls, but I saw some of them streaming. I was like, I'm too nervous to ask, so I won't. I was gonna see if anyone wanted to watch Ready or Not with me. I was too nervous to ask. I was like, I see people are streaming. I don't know like when they're gonna end, or you know, if they're busy. So maybe next movie night I can ask if they would like to watch something together with me on stream. But yeah, I still have to finish the edit for Ready or Not. Alright. And I'm also working on my schedule, so that should be out maybe Sunday or Monday. And you guys are gonna you guys are gonna be happy about what's gonna be on the next schedule, I'll tell you that much. Alright. The Haunted Palace. Wait, hold up. Okay, probably a good thing because my shoulder keeps locking up. Okay. Good thing we're ending soon. Okay, alright. The haunted palace, in the greenest of our valleys, by good angels tenanted. Once a fair and stately palace, radiant palace reared its head, and a monarch thought's dominion. It stood there, never seraph spread opinion over fabric half so fair. Penners yellow, glorious golden, on its roof did float in flow. This, all this, was in the olden long time ago. And every gentle air that dallied in that sweet day among the ramparts, plumbed and pallid, a winged odor went away. Wanderers in that happy valley through two luminous windows saw spirits moving musically to a lute's well-tuned law. Round about a throne where sitting I'm gonna do my best, okay? I'm doing my best. Porphyrogene. Round a throne where sitting Porphyrogene. I'm gonna post this so you guys can. Porphyrogene. Porphyrogene. In state his glory well befitted, the ruler of the realm was seen, and all with pearl and ruby glowing was the fair palace door, through which came flowing, 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 and sparkling evermore, evermore, a troop of echoes, whose sweet duty was but to sing, in voices of surpassing beauty, the wit and wisdom of their king. But evil things and robes and sorrows assailed the monarch's high estate. Ah, let us mourn, for never a more shall dawn upon him desolate. Desolate. And round about his home and glory, the blushed and bloomed is but a dimmed remembered story of the old time entombed, and travelers now within that valley through the red-lit windows see vast forms that move fantastically to a melody, while a ghastly rapid river through a pale door, a hideous throng rush out forever and laugh but smile no more. The end. Yippee! Okay, that's the final one. Yeah, I'll be okay. I'll take my I'll take some pain medication after this, and once I have my edit ready, which I can do in bed, I can eat. But while this was on the shorter side, Poe's writing is always so lovely. I like the flow of his words. I love the flow. It's so good. Make me happy. But yes, I hope you all had a wonderful Halloween, and for those at US Idol Fest, I hope you guys are having a wonderful time. And also make sure, I hope you guys are also checking out Mini More Talent as well. I gushed about some of the IRL talent that I am, or the Kaigai idols I'm a fan of, and I was like, they have a virtual, concert, not a virtual, I know there's a virtual concert for VTubers, but they had their showcase, the idol showcase, today, and I was just like, oh my gosh, these people are performing. And I believe Non-Sweet was after us, and I love Non-Sweet. Oh my gosh. I love Non-Sweet. Shouting them out. Like, so many great, like, Kaigai idol groups and actual idols there too. Not like Kaigai idols aren't actual idols, like idols from Japan, I believe, as guests. Because, yeah, idols are idols to me. Idols are idols. I love idols. JP, then Kaigai, which means basically overseas idols. Then we have us, VTuber idols. Then there's the 2.5D idols, like Miss Phoebe. I know Pangy isn't performing, but I know she has a meeting. Well, no, she is performing. She's at the, she's doing the virtual, one, and she also has a meet and greet. Idols are idols to me, and I love them all. And something I would love to do in the future is I do want to cover some more Kaigai idol songs. Because right now I do have Paida, and she just released another one. Like, she just released a new song. I want to cover one of Miss Phoebe's songs. And I hope you guys enjoyed Toka singing one of Phoebe's song. She asked me about it, and she was like, I'm not sure if I should do this. I'm like, do it. Please do it. She's like, would Phoebe think this is rude? I'm like, no. No. But that's all I'm gonna say about that because, like I said, I'm gonna save most of my stuff for Rina raps. I won't be rapping, I promise. At least I don't think I will be. Rina rambles. Throw down some sick bars. But I'll see you guys on Sunday. I'm trying to see right now. I've been scrolling to see. You know when like so many people you live are on, and it's like trying to pick who to read. Oh. I'm going to send you over to. Because she is. Oh, wait. Paula is doing ASMR as well, so. I will send you off to another ASMR stream. So I'm gonna send you. Oh, wait, did she just end? Hold up. I think she just ended. Hold on, let me double check. I have so long. She just ended. Also, sorry the ambience just cut off. It's fine. Edgar Allan Poe went enough ambience. Okay, well. Oopsies, another day. Well then we are gonna go raid Mamie. She's still on. With a good hoot. Wait. Happy Hootin' Halloween raid. Alright. But I'm gonna, like I said, I gotta finish the edit, which I'm gonna do in bed. But I'm gonna stick around, say hi to miss Mamie because she's cute and I love her. Cute girl. Always, always, always. But thank you guys for hanging out with me and being patient through all the stuff that happened earlier. I appreciate it. This won't be the last of the Edgar Allan Poe ASMR. Please don't worry, don't worry. We got so many short stories. Alright, but with that being said, happy Hootin' Halloween and Samhain! Samhain continues on through November 1st. So yippee! Make sure to get plenty of rest, sweet dreams, and Otsurina! Otsurina! Bye bye! Otsurina! Oh, I need to change my... I know I'm still talking to you guys. I need to change my fade out thing. I changed it for that for the spooky ambience. There we go. Oyasumi. Oyasurina.